All right, we are back in open session and looking at item number 8, to consider and take possible action on a settlement agreement with A1 Excavation related to the closeout of the 2016 City Street projects. Unless there's any further questions, I'll entertain any motions.
Make a motion to approve the settlement agreement with A1, and also to authorize the release of the funds held by the city upon signature of all parties.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on that motion? If none, could we please take a roll call?
Tylen?
Aye.
Draxler?
Aye.
Millar?
Aye.
Hendrickson?
Aye.
Reed?
Aye.
The motion passes.
Thank you. On to number 9, consider and take action on applications for operators licenses for July 1st, 2018 to June 30th, 2020. We have a list in our packet of 7 people recommended for approval. Those people are Sarah K. Hanna, Tammy M. Canuse, Susan Morgan, Carrie Rohrbeck, Kara L. Severin, Evan C. Stint, Shane M. Coates, and we have 2 recommended for denial, Jessica E. McNichol and Taylor J. Andrus. We have Acting Chief Weiner here to answer any questions on the denials. Questions from the council on this? Would you like to hear from Acting Chief Weiner? Yes. Unless, Jesse's got it for you.
Okay, thank you. I'll just give a real brief synopsis of the review process for operators' licenses that are done at the police department, for those that are newer or may not be aware of it. I've continued on what exactly Chief Meister was doing for the same process for reviews and denials. When someone applies for an operator's license, part of it includes a police background check of our local contacts and also of criminal histories. We then make a determination whether we recommend approval or we recommend further review by the chief of police, in this case, the designee. There were 3 actually this last time that I recommended for further review. What happens when 3 are recommended for further review, a letter is sent to them by me, giving them 10 days to contact me to set up a meeting so that maybe they can explain some of the circumstances, some of the situations that resulted in the information that we are seeing that resulted in a denial. I have met with all 3, and after I met with one of them, I accepted his explanation in the situation, so I did inevitably recommend him. So that's why you do only see 2. The 2 that you are seeing, I'll talk about them individually. The first one is for Taylor Andrus. And one of the things that we look at as far as issues are alcohol-related issues and or violence-related issues in what we use for a determination whether we recommend review or not, or approval or not. In a Ms. Andrus case, on their application, they are to disclose, list any, including all pending felony, misdemeanor, or municipal convictions in the last 5 years from this or any other state. In this case, Ms. Andrus did not disclose everything that she had. Of concern was in 2014, she had 3 alcohol-related violations, including a drunk driving. There was a drunk driving and 2 underage alcohol tickets that she received, and on her application, she only disclosed 1 underage drinking ticket, as well as 2 traffic violations, which on their face we really aren't kind of used in the equation, because like a speedometer violation or a traffic light violation really isn't alcohol related and really wouldn't be something that we would use as far as recommending approval or not. Obviously, we want licensees to be responsible, to make good decisions, to have good judgment, and I was just concerned by the fact, first and foremost, the 3 alcohol violations, including a drunk driving in a short period that was not disclosed on this application. When I met with her, I obviously addressed that with her, and she didn't understand the form and was confused, and she ran her name and she in CCAP and thought that went away because it was through a municipal court. Municipal court citations and charges do not show up in CCAP. Based on the information that I saw regarding her, and even after meeting with her, I would still recommend denial of her license. And I'll take any questions about her. We can do them individually.
So just to clarify, can you outline exactly what violation she did not disclose?
She did not disclose a drunk driving arrest and subsequent loss of her license, and she also did not disclose one of her underage alcohol consumption citations.
Were any of those related, either in time or in actuality, to the same incident as the violation she did disclose?
All three violations were in 2014, and they were each several months apart.
Okay. And again, her explanation when you approached her about that question was that she thought it came off her record?
She CCAP'd herself, which, since it wasn't there, she didn't think she didn't think it should be disclosed here because she took CCAP as the official record.
Did she claim that she didn't remember that she had that many tickets?
No, she acknowledged them.
She knew, okay.
And again, commented about, was confused and ran her name. And I believe the underage alcohol ticket that she is disclosing did show up in CCAP because that was processed through a circuit court.
Okay.
And not a municipal, where the other two were through municipal.
So was it your impression that she felt that you wouldn't see those violations and so she didn't disclose them?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, she seemed very straightforward, very honest, very sincere, obviously concerned about not getting her license, but she didn't make any excuses or try and talk her way out of it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Drexler?
Have there been any violations of concern in the last 4 years since
No.
2014?
None that I could find.
All right.
I have another question. Did this individual hold a license prior to this renewal?
No, this is a new license.
New license, okay.
Any further questions from council on that individual? Dennis, would you like to go on to the other?
Sure. The other license that I recommended a denial on was for a Miss Jessica McNichol. This is a renewal. Trying to think of where to start with this one. Miss McNichol has kind of a substantial arrest history going back 19 years, including serious drug charges involving cocaine and marijuana. Those are approximately 18 years ago. There were also criminal charges around that same era of bail jumping, theft, criminal damage, and domestic-related incidents. As of recent, in 2009, she had a domestic-related offense that was alcohol-related and resulted in a conviction. And also in 2015, she had a domestic-related offense that was alcohol-related and also resulted in convictions. Even more recently than that, last August, she was issued a ordinance citation by one of our officers for possession of marijuana. During the course of officers having a contact with her, they discovered some marijuana and issued her a citation. What's unique about that situation is anyone that has a prior drug conviction, any subsequent offense is automatically a felony. So she was given a great deal of latitude in that situation based on the situation and the facts that she was issued an ordinance citation versus charged with a felony. So she was given a huge deal, a huge break by the officer, which I agree with and I support under the circumstances. She went to court, pled no contest or guilty. Fine was reduced. The fine was not paid. It became a warrant for her arrest. The officers went to her house, and the warrant was paid. She was not physically arrested or jailed. And again, that was several months after. It takes 60 or 90 days at least for a warrant to be issued once the court case has concluded itself and they're given time to pay, and then that expires, then it becomes a warrant. I met with her. Let's talk a little bit about her application as well. The only thing she disclosed was the 2017 possession of marijuana citation one of our officers issued her. She did not disclose the 2015 domestic-related offense and conviction. The application here says list all from the past 5 years, so we're obviously within those 5 years. I met with her, and we talked about the situation. Should be noted that on her last renewal, she was denied, and then she was asked to come to the council, and it was overruled, and then she was actually approved. My concern also is during the course of my meeting with her, she discloses that she still uses marijuana. And the problem I have recommending approval of that is that in her situation, the use, which will involve the possession of, is committing continuing felonies. And that's one of the bigger reasons that I can't support recommending her for a license. I appreciated her honesty about still using, but it kind of shows a pattern of just going back to old habits. She had told me during my meeting that she's changed. Those arrests were many, many years ago. But there's just a pattern of, she's back to doing similar things.
Regan?
I think Andy was first.
Oh, I recall when she came in 2016 and pled her case, and we did give her a second chance, and since then, I don't see she's showing good judgment. I would be in the camp of not renewing this one, because she isn't showing good judgment, and, it's part of the deal. You have to abide by the rules.
In my meeting with all three of these, it's basically a conversation. It's not an interview, it's not an interrogation. I want to know about the scenarios, I want to know about the background, and she got a little rude with me and called my questions stupid, just like Chief Meister's, and it turned into a legalization debate, and that's not the point of my meeting. It's still illegal. I have certain responsibilities to enforce the law, and for someone that tells me that they're continuing to do it after the past that they have, I in no way can support her renewal.
Yeah, I was going to say, I do remember this one as well, and I think in the interest of, because what was at stake for the individual was a livelihood issue, we asked her to come in and tell us directly. And I remember feeling at that time her credibility was good. She indicated the same things, that she had turned a new leaf and knew that her past was an issue, but wanting to move forward. And then to hear that we've had since then ongoing drug-related issues does concern me as well. So I would agree with Alderman Traxler.
Any further questions? No? I appreciate you coming in, Dennis,
All
and
right.
giving us this explanation and
All right.
background.
Thank you.
All right, I think there's probably several different ways to deal with this. The list has been submitted with approvals and denials. So there can be a simple motion to take action on the recommendation, but if you feel you're going to parse that out under the denials, I think that's probably going to take, I'm guessing Attorney Johnson may want more specific language in there. Not taking action on this is not going to work. You're going to have to make a motion to deny and then
Correct.
motion to
Right.
approve. Okay.
You really have three separate things that you have to deal with here. A motion to approve the approvals. I don't think you've done that yet. And then you should handle the two denials individually.
Okay. Does that sound fair? Okay. I will entertain a motion to approve the approvals.
So I'll make a motion to approve the operator licenses for the individuals listed and previously read.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the new operators licenses for Sarah K. Hanna, Tammy M. Canuse, Susan Morgan, Carrie Rohrbeck, Kara Severin, Evan Stint, and Shane Coates. Any discussion on that? If none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Those approvals have new operators licenses, and now we have the two individuals that were recommended for denial. Entertain any motion on either of those.
Yeah, I'm going to make a motion to approve Taylor Andrus's operator license. I feel that she has, deserves the same second chance we've given many other people up here at this council in the past.
I agree with Andy. I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve recommendation for operator's license for Taylor J. Andrus. Any discussion on that? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Kasha? Were you aye or nay? You were an aye. We've got 3 in favor, 2 not in favor. Motion passes. Then on to Jessica E. McNichol. Entertain any motion there.
I'll make a motion to deny the operator license of Jessica E. McNichol.
Do we have a second to deny that license?
I'll make a second.
Have a motion and a second to deny the license for operator's license for Jessica E. McNichol. Unless there's any further discussion, let's take a roll call on that, please.
Traxler,
Aye.
Millar,
Aye.
Hendrickson,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Tylen.
Aye.
The motion passes.
Thank you. All right, next item then, number 10, consider and take action on city claims in the amount of $460,271.47. Unless there's any questions on the claims, I'll take a motion to approve them as presented.
Motion to approve the claims as presented in the packet.
Second.
Motion in 2 seconds to approve the claims in the amount as read. Let's please take a roll call on that.
Millar,
Aye.
Hendrickson,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Tylen,
Aye.
Traxler.
Aye.
The motion passes.
All right, thank you. On to report of city officers. Patrick, I'll let you go first.
Thank you, Mayor. Just, if you haven't been in the area, the 2018 City Street project's underway. Really some actual construction activity with excavations and the utility work. So we've got everything in place, and we'll be keeping the public updated as to developments with the project and changes or anything that come up. So that's going to be going on for quite a while here this summer. Wanted to note that this week, as a result of the approved bonding for the city, Kim and I participated in the Moody's rating call. As per the process, we expect to hear back, I believe sometime next week on the rating for the city in relation to the borrowing. And just last, want to wish everyone safe and enjoyable Independence Day.
Thanks, Patrick. First, I wanted to thank Council President Traxler for filling in my shoes at the last meeting. I'm sure I know you had a long evening, so thanks. You did a great job.
Thanks.
Also wanted to shout out to the public library. They had brought Zoozort, an exotic animal presentation, to the Columbus Senior Center last Tuesday for 2 shows. I believe the estimated attendance was around 300 that day, kids. I was able to meet the new library youth services director there, Meg Castor. Thanks to Meg, Cindy, and the entire library staff for continuing to provide such a wide variety of programming throughout the summer to keep the kids busy. The City of Columbus Police and Fire Commission invites city residents to a community forum on Tuesday, July 12th from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. at the Columbus Area Senior Center. The forum is designated as an opportunity to encourage all the residents in the area to help shape the job description and offer input to consultants contracted by the city to aid the PFC in the hiring process of the new police chief. Also a reminder that the Columbus City Council is accepting letters of interest to fill an open seat on City Council currently vacant in District 3, right down on the end over there. The city clerk has been designated to receive all letters of interest, and I believe the council will be reviewing those submissions at the next committee of the whole meeting on July 17th. That's correct. The new HLPC Concerts in the Park series brought Mark Croft to perform last Thursday at Fireman's Park on the green behind the pavilion, and the second event was held in the pavilion due to weather conditions this last Sunday, July 1st. Thanks to HLPC for hosting the series of concerts intended to help raise additional funds and awareness for continued pavilion improvements. There is a band this evening at Fireman's Park bandstand tonight to officially kick off the Independence Day celebration that will continue through July 7th. And on behalf of the city, I wanted to thank the 4th of July Committee and Roger Venden for all their collaborations and bringing the city departments, staff, fire department, police department, DPW, schools, marching bands, students, civic organizations, business sponsors, volunteers, and spectators together for the area's largest 4th of July celebration right here in Columbus. Thanks to all that volunteer their time to bring this together, and just to wish everybody a happy and safe 4th of July holiday. That's all I had. Anybody else have anything to add? If none, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We will take a short recess and be right back with the committee of the whole meeting. Thank you.